Hello, my crafty friends. Today I am sharing just a cute little card for spring. This card started out with the envelope. So when I was looking at getting some mini slimline envelopes, which are basically a number 8 envelope, I saw these ones. So an A1 invitation envelope. So they are meant, say, to RSVP to a wedding or whatever. That's the size that they are. So my cards can be 3.5 by 5. And while that's smaller than an A2, and A2 is about the smallest I want to make, kind of making those mini slimlines has opened up my eyes to the potential of some of these smaller cards, and not necessarily for cards that I'm mailing out to friends for Happy Mail, but to do like a gift card holder and include inside a card, and of course to mail Happy Mail to my grandkids. And when I'm doing that, I'm doing 5 at a time. So it doesn't take that long to go through a whole whack of envelopes when I am regularly sending them Happy Mail. So these ones, I'm very impressed with them. They're such a lovely quality. 32 pound, which means they're a nice weight. Obviously, if you were going to be having them printed or whatever for a wedding, you would want a nice quality. They have a nice flap on them with the adhesive closure, and there's none of that security printing on them. I was just really excited to try them, and they go through the mail for regular postage, so I just thought I would try them. And this one is decorated with some of the paper strips that I used on my card. I will do a walkthrough of my card in a minute, but I wanted to show this cute little bunny. I do like to work ahead, and since my spring stuff is all out anyhow, this card will be for our granddaughter, so I'll be putting this in my bin with any leftover Easter cards, and I'll get it out next year. This is not my idea, so, and kudos to whoever figured it out. It uses the Stampin' Up! Daisy Punch. So the head is the center of the daisy, and you cut away all but 2 adjoining petals for the ears. So very quick and easy. I just thought it was adorable. So there is my envelope and my cute little card. Again, because of the small size, it's 3.5 by 5 inches. I just had some small pieces that I was able to use up. And this printed panel here was a partial sheet left over. I think it was like a 4 by 6 journal card, and the pattern paper is from Photoplay. So just that little section worked perfectly. I popped it up with foam tape, added some sparkly Your Next Stamp gumdrops. They are from the Magical Pastel package. The Hello Spring is one of Tailored Expressions Mini Strips Easter. Now I did invest in a couple of these. If you're not familiar with them, they are a single stamp. So you stamp it once, the registration marks stamp with it. Then you can take the coordinating mini strips die, which has the registration marks there. They do not cut, they just help you line it up. And so one stamping, one pass through your machine, you end up with 10 cute little sentiments for Easter. Now there is also a backing strip, which makes perfectly sized mats for that, but I don't use that all the time. Once I have the stamp out, or when I'm ready to make some more for my stash, I just stamp it in different colors. So I stamped it in a couple of shades of pink and orange, 2 shades of blue. The grays are left over from my previous ones. I cut them and store them in this little plastic envelope. So this stays with my Easter stamps, and I love having a whole variety of them here. Now there are other ways to store them. The reason I don't kind of organize them by size or whatever, when I go to add a sentiment to a card, I don't pull out the stamp set to see what the wording is. I pull this out, sort through it, and often or find sentiments that I might not have planned on using, but they work really well for the card. So I love having these. I think the mini strips are a great idea, and that's what I used for the Hello Spring. Not sure if you can see in the video, but the kite in the sun did get some Wink of Stella treatment. And then I made a pop-up inside. I just had to use this cute spring kitten, which is part of the March release at Your Next Stamp. There is also a coordinating die set available. Now it does have the dies for the butterflies, but while I used one of the butterflies on my card, I didn't actually cut it out. I stamped it right on the background paper. So such a sweet little image, and I couldn't wait to play with it. I stamped it on watercolor paper, die cut it with the coordinating die, and then used Caron watercolor markers and a water brush to color it in. A little bit of Wink of Stella on the flowers and the white areas of the kitty cat. And then, it just seemed very blank on this side. So I added 2 fishtail banners just cut from scraps of the paper, and then Half a Joyful Day is another one of the mini strips. The pop-up is a simple box pop-up, and in the description box below, I will list a video that I have showing how you can create a simple box pop-up. You know, I use it so often. I love how generic it is, and you can animate all kinds of things. So a cute little spring card that I can put away for next year. And I know when I get it out next year to see what I have before I get making more cards, this one will just make me smile. If you enjoyed my video today, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see more. And that's it for me today.